the elf looks like up on stage with her tattoos and her silk gown. And she starts to look around throughout the crowd because it is pretty much a jam-packed place. And you can see, all of the different barrels behind her and whatnot. And she says, I have heard tell that on this night we are so graced with friends of our beloved Uncle Gerlach the Beer Baron. Is that so? So now all of a sudden everybody's going, yeah, they're here, yeah. So the crowd is like parting. It's like sort of, I guess you could say it's sort of like probably Moses parting the sea. And it's forming a clear line all the way back to U5. Deckard, Gideon, Folly, Lester, and Glitter. Glitter started, her heart is starting to palpitate a little bit. She's starting to get a little antsy, Glitter is. So the, crowd separates, forming that line directly back to you. And then she flashes all of you a smile that is actually warm and playful. And then she says, Travelers! We have told the legend many times ourselves at the Pegasus, and seen the same would-be storytellers time and time again. Tonight, would you grace us with something new and entertaining? Please give us your twist on what happened with Lady Vaja and the Warlord. And then now, like, everybody kind of like, it's like you can hear a pin drop in this place now. Bing! And then all of a sudden you hear the drunk guy, excuse me, you're going to eat that? And then you hear a couple, shut up. And then all eyes start to turn on you guys. And the air is like crackling with anticipation.
Do we have to roll for initiative? Or does Glitter go first?
No. You're not rolling for initiative here. You basically what is happening, speaking out of
Do we know
character,
anything about this story in general?
You make it up. You guys are just going to make it up impromptu.
Okay.
So basically what this is some of you can participate, all of you can participate, you can take turns, but the crowd is basically giving you its fullest attention to go up on stage and talk about, the mighty Vaja, the Lady Vaja, and the Warlord. You guys get to put your tale. You get to spin it with your ideas, and everyone is awaiting.
Let's get on the stage, everybody, and tell the story that we know we love already.
Of course, Glitter's like heading right for the stage because that's where she belongs.
Yeah, Winnefeld, she looks and she says, "This is an extreme honor to be invited to participate in this widely known storytelling game that we do here on special occasions at the Pegasus. Oh, this is an honor." So basically, what you guys remember of this is, that, especially you, Glitter, this is actually a professional play. Okay? This is a professional play. You've never performed this, but you've read parts of it. And you know that in many of the large city-states that they perform this on quite a few occasions. Now, the professional entertainers, as what you can remember and retell of this, it is basically telling various legends from the Chaos Wars, but then leave a space for the members of the audience to insert themselves. So it's sort of like the elf on the stage has already started, and now you are the participators, as in Gerlach's friends, and you are going to go up and recant what you know of the Chaos Wars, Lady Vaja, the Warlord. And you put your own spin on the events. You could put it in any kind of way that you want to. You remember in one particular version, the legend of Lady Vaja basically required the participants about how to boast about their achievements in the most grandiose ways possible as they were in the Chaos Wars. And then the audience, you know, Glitter, that the audience judges you on who has the best tale with a vote of the most applause. So you have all been invited up to recant your recollection and put your own spin on Lady Vaja and the Warlord of the Chaos Wars.
All right, so
You can participate as a group
Glitter
too.
already headed up.
Yes.
She's probably
she's thinking that
she
the
was
crowd
already
is
there.
starting, you know, it's like everybody's anticipating her arrival on stage.
So when you were walking up there, were you kind of like giving him like the wave and whatnot, you know, the Miss America wave and shit?
Folly is pushing her food away from her at the bar and asks, we don't have to take our clothes off this time?
There is.
I think we should. Here's what we should do, you guys. I think everybody should say like 1 or 2 sentences, and then the other person picks it up from there. So by the time everybody says something, we tell a story.
Okay.
We used to do that. We do that sometimes at dinner in our house.
Awesome.
All right.
So
I start to walk up to the stage too. Then.
So as all of you guys are starting to walk up to the stage, Farah is so delighted of everybody starting to, you know, walk up, so the event begins.
What would you do a turn order then?
Yeah, I'll let you guys in just a second have your turn. So, you know, the event is starting to begin, and then the band has a very low drum beat going, flutes going in the background. One of the minstrels stands with his arms crossed, playing the part of a warlord. Farah enters from, you know, she's entering from the right side of the stage. She approaches the man, and she gives him a deep bow. "My lord," she intones, "we bid you join us in the most worthy of aims, the destruction of the prophet Dawan, whose evil has blanketed the world in terror." And as demanded by the ritual, the crowd boos and jeers at any of the mention of the prophet's name. So when this happens, Folly, you're a little bit like, wow, they're really not digging the prophet here. So you're like, wow, they're not digging the prophet? You're kind of a little bit of surprised by that. And, you know,
well, that is the reason I hide my trinket. It is general knowledge that
Damon, thank you
no
for
one
the
likes
follow.
those fools.
Oh. So, you know, this minstrel, portraying himself as the warlord, he frowns and he shakes his head. "The prophet wreaks no havoc in my lands, and she has survived the weight of all nations pressing at the door. What makes you believe that you will triumph against her when all others have failed?" So, you know, the elf, she looks and has a bit of a look of a mock surprise on her face. "Do you not know me, my lord? I am the Lady Vaja, the only being fit to wield the Fellhammer, anointed heir to the crown of Zotara." You know, she's starting to pace around a circle a couple times, as you know, and then she starts to speak. "It was I who prevented the siege of Lachlon Woods. It was I who returned the scrolls of portent to the Temple of the Golden Serpent and prevented untold calamity." You know, now the crowd is like really starting to holler for, you know, the elf, and then she waits for everyone to quiet down, and then she says, "And I am but one of many companions who legend speaks boldly as mine. I shall present them, and you shall all be the judge." So she, you know, turns around, sweeps her hand out towards all of you, all of the ones that have volunteered to walk up on the stage. "My first companion, come forward and tell the warlord of your brightest deeds." And your brightest deeds would be anything of the Chaos Wars. Even though you were nowhere even close to being alive during the Chaos Wars. You just make anything up. I love this impromptu shit.
So who's going first? Glitter?
Yeah.
We should all tell.
Anybody can go up there. You can all perform together. You can perform singly. Or if you don't even want to do it, you don't even have to do it. So, you know, she sweeps her hand out. You know, points to Glitter because she was the most rambunctious and was up there basically doing somersaults on the way up to the stage. She turns to the warlord and says, "Tell the warlord of your brightest deeds in the Chaos Wars."
Oh, that was because my dogs are going nuts.
Yeah, I got the ice cream truck here outside. You guys hear it?
That's probably no. You want to?
I'll
put
take
the
a
game
Nutty
on
Buddy
pause
bar.
while you go get a Nutty Buddy.
Dude, I'd love to go get one right now. I'm gonna tell you.
Dave, I'll stand
Mom,
up. And
Hot
I'll
Pockets.
I'll go up first to kind of take some of the pressure off Glitter.
Sure.
So I saunter up there.
You see
real
Glitter putting
slow,
on makeup and stuff on the side. She's kind of like
she's gotta be
faced away
perfection.
from the crowd. Yeah. Oh,
singing
yeah.
a little la 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 before she does her speech, right? So Lester, I kind of saunter up real slow, and I get up to the stage, and then I slowly pull back my robe to reveal my power glove, and I'm like, "My name's Lester. I wanted the Chaos Wars. I used my power glove of tremendous power to defeat the Prophet." And then I wait for everybody's. With one fell swoop of this mighty weapon, I crunched many heads until the ground ran red with their blood, and we were caught in the stickiness of their gore.
Speak the truth, brother! Speak the truth! You can hear him yelling out in the distance.
So then I start doing an impromptu chant, Lester, Lester, and then I slowly walk off the stage.
Lester. And it gets faster and faster, and the crowd's going nuts, man. They're yelling, they're chanting, "Power glove, power glove, power glove."
So that I slowly come off the stage, and then I grab another stein of beer and start chugging it.
Oh yeah, the elf, man. She's clapping, giving you a big smile, and she says, "Who is our next volunteer? Tell the warlord your story of your brightest deeds in the Chaos Wars."
All right, now I start to come up if Lady Glitter is still doing her thing.
Glitter wants to go last because she's the.
She's the
All right,
main attraction.
The main
Oh, yeah.
attraction?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's,
all right.
she's
We'll warm them up for you.
she's piling the makeup on. You've never seen Glitter with this much makeup on, Folly.
And she starts to look at disco ball.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I walk up to the stage, and I say, "My deed in the war." Is that right, lady?
What?
My deed in the war? What?
Yeah. Yes, darling. Go on. Your deed. And she comes up to you. Yeah. Just tell them what they want to hear about
All right.
what you did in the Chaos Wars. And she goes, "Everybody, what's your name, darling? What's your name, quick?"
Folly.
Folly. Everybody, Volley is going to tell the warlord what she has now done in the Chaos Wars. Continue, please, Folly. And
All right, I spin around and look at the crowd, and I kind of crouch down just a little, like it's a secret. And
you could hear a pin drop, Folly.
It started a long time ago, in a grassy field, far, far away. There was this grasshopper, and he was lazy. And there was these ants. They worked very hard. And then suddenly, it got dark. And then I walked into a wall, and it hurt really bad. But
the crowd is just silent. Everybody's just looking at one another like, what in the hell? And then you hear the one drunk guy.
And then she had sprinkles.
Yeah, the grasshoppers! Kill the warlord! Yeah, grasshoppers! And so now everybody's like chanting, grasshoppers!
I'm getting to that part. I'm getting to it. Okay.
shh. They're quieting the crowd back
when
down.
I hit the wall, it hurt my nose. It hurt really bad. You know, you get that smell when there's blood in your nose, and it doesn't want to go away. And then the grasshopper died. And then it got dark again. And I kept walking. And I found another wall. But this wall wasn't solid. And I walked through it. And then there was this horse.
She's totally delirious.
And the horse was green. And then it kicked me in the nose. And my nose bled again. But after that, two Wednesdays passed. And then there was a storm. And flowers grew on the back of the grasshopper.
What in
No
the
one
hell
knows
does
why.
this have to do with the goddamn warlord? Yeah! You're going
The what?
What does this have to do with the warlord? Did the
What's a
grasshopper
warlord?
kill the warlord?
No, the ants did.
Yeah! The ants! Yeah! So
Yeah!
everybody now is chanting the ants. Ants, 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 ants.
And then I bow, and then I walk away.
Oh yeah, it was silent. There were a couple moments, and then till the hecklers of the crowd basically were like, "What in the hell does this have to do with the warlord?"
I walk
Awesome.
away most pleased.
Oh yeah, and Farrah, she is ushering you off of the stage, exit stage left, quite quickly. And she says, "Oh, thank you very much, Folly." And she comes back out, assumes her position, turns back around with her hand, kind of like opening it up and saying, "Next volunteer, come forward and tell the warlord of your brightest deeds."
Gideon will walk up.
Ooh, Master Dwarf, I am sure you have a grandioso tale to tell everyone here at the Pegasus.
I kind of stumble. There's a microphone, right?
Oh yeah. There's a no, not really a microphone.
Reach up and I'll grab the mic from whoever's got it, and I'll kind of leer at the crowd. Hey,
Sure.
you be wanting to know about the Chaos Wars. Let you tell you what the dwarves think about it. And I'll pause dramatically and I look at everybody. When everyone's looking at me, I take the microphone and I put it at my ass and I fart really loud. Drop the mic and I walk off stage.
As you rip one, because you were waiting for it.
God.
It was just on the verge of coming out, Gideon, and that's why you're just waiting for everybody. And all of a sudden, it was there.
He was twisting his hips specially just
exactly.
before he got up there.
Now
Exactly.
roll
Working
the
it out.
dice, and if you get a 1, you shit your pants.
That's bonus.
So yeah, you let this, and everybody's like, "Fuck the Chaos Wars, yeah!" And then everybody just starts cheering now. Yeah. Is anyone else up there? Deckard, did you go up?
No, I'm not going to go up.
All right.
I'm going to ask Glitter. I'm going to ask Glitter if she wants me to introduce her.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and Farrah, she loves this idea, because you kind of go up and tell her, yes, I'm basically going to introduce Glitter. So she puts her hands up. The crowd hushes down. They're still kind of chuckling about the whole, the farting incident with Gideon. And she says, "Shh, shh, shh."
Now, are you talking to the mic after this? Because I'm thinking there should be sterilization that should occur.
Yes.
That's just Lester talking. Somebody should probably sterilize that mic before somebody else speaks into it.
Oh, nice. So, now, all of a sudden she turns towards Deckard, and she says, "And now, for our final companion to make her entrance, here is Deckard to introduce her."
Ladies and gentlemen, and I quiet them all down with my hands.
Shh, 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 shh.
You truly have been blessed this evening, for there is one among us. She is the greatest performer the lands have ever seen since the Chaos Wars. A juggler, a magician,
It must
A
be
dancer.
Daryl
a
Oates.
singer.
Is it Daryl Oates? Everybody's going, Daryl Oates, Daryl Oates, Daryl Oates. Daryl Oates. And so it's not. Oh, and you know, I guess Deckard starts to, no, God damn it, it's not Daryl Oates. What do you say, Deckard? He's a chump.
No, ladies and gentlemen, the wars would have been over if this woman were there. She has a voice like an angel and dances like a fairy. And here she is. And I point and I
You point down.
rough her up. Glitter, ladies and gentlemen.
So a couple
She
of the
dances like a fairy.
a couple of the servers, you know, basically have glitter on this massive this massive platter of fruits, sort of like a hog with an apple in her mouth. So, you know, she's displayed on this huge platter of fruits, and they bring out glitter as she's standing there, and there is now this electric light that is following glitter out to the main stage. And then the servers, they take the platter and they set it down on the ground. The crowd is silent, like a pig, like a hog with an apple in its mouth. I'm sorry I had to do that. That's how I envisioned it. Little glitter standing on this thing, surrounded by fruits and melons and shit, with like an apple in her mouth. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
So Glitter, she steps up, and she's completely in her garb. She at some point during this whole thing, she would manage to change into her performing attire. And she walks up to the center of the stage as if she just absolutely owns the place. And she says, "My name is Glitter Twinkle Toes, and I defeated the Prophet with the awesome power of the arcane arts."
You hear a couple claps, and a couple more start to add on there. Yeah.
Okay. She says, "The battle raged between us, and fire rained from the sky." And as she's saying this, she does this little pirouette, and using like her arcane lantern spell or some variety of it, she throws these. It tries to create like an optical illusion of fire, kind of raining down from the sky, and like these little twinkles of light, you know, that come down over the crowd. To kind of add to effect.
Oh yeah, you had all this worked out way, you know, before time. Oh, of course.
Of course, well, you know, this is one of her usuals.
Yeah.
And she says that the battle raged just throughout the night. She says, and at first dawn, the sun peered above the horizon and shone upon the fallen prophet. And again, she kind of just does this big flourish of movement, and the lights, the magical show that is going on in the room, this kind of cascades out across the crowd. And so she's just using her power at this point to impress everybody.
Tell us, how did you slay the prophet?
She says his body was burned to a crisp. Just this waves of powerful fire magic rained upon him, and her.
My bad.
By dawn's first light, she lay fallen in ash, and she kind of bows quite.
You like a little fire spell
Exactly.
You know, on the platter, making the platter erupt with fire and shit like that.
Exactly. I love it. There you go.
Nice. So, you know, the crowd is basically, they're going crazy. You know, they are enthused with the participation from everyone. And, you know, the troubadour, the bard, you know, that's portraying the warlord, he puts his hands up and says, "Very well! If anyone can prevail against the prophet, it must certainly be you and your compatriots. I shall join my might with yours, and with Lady Vaja, And now, everyone's kind of like the bows to each other. Glitter knows to bow, but then she kind of like hits Lester and everybody else beside her, like, bow, you numbskulls. And, when the warlord bows and Lady Vaja bows, everybody else starts to bow. And the tavern just erupts in cheers. You can feel this place literally rocking. You can see the all of the people on the second and third story hanging over the banisters. They're all cheering. Yeah, they're all chanting Vaja, Vaja, Vaja. Oh yeah, it's going crazy in there. So, as you guys are getting more beers, there's like a line of beers coming out into the crowd. All of a sudden the door burst open with a thud. And in the doorway, you can see that there is a metal beer keg that is standing there. Much like a couple that are working behind the bar. But this with an important difference. This has mechanical arms, legs, a stumpy head. It's got all kinds of little lights, buttons, gadgets going on, meters on it. So why don't anyone give me especially you, Lester, intelligence engineering, give me that kind of check as this thing busts through the door, and I'm going to show you what it looks like.
You said anybody or everyone or what?
Anybody that has any kind of like engineering or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Engineering focus. Oh yeah, you can definitely tell, Lester, that this keg robot is in bad shape. You can actually see that this thing is really wobbly, and the head is like kind of rocking back and forth. You've got smoke coming out of the eyes. You've got sparks kind of flying out of a couple of the open panels. You can see some sheared wires. You can also see some lubricants pouring out of it, and all of a sudden, you guys kind of remember this robot. Actually, give me a basic perception check. Is there perception memory? No, there isn't. Just give me a perception check.
Oh, sweet!
Wow, very nice.
And I stunted.
Now, Lester and Gideon and Glitter, all three of you remember this. This is one of the keg robots of Uncle Gerlach. And you remember that this particular keg robot is named Keg-E. Keg-E. And Keg-E...
That's very creative, Dave.
Keg-E...
Wally.
Keg-E piles right into the the halls of the Pegasus Roadhouse Inn. And everyone is, reacts as if, as like an injured person walked through the door. Keggy explains, "Hello, everyone. The White Hawk Bandit Gang blocked the road that Uncle Gerlach was traveling on in Durlane's Pass and attacked our caravan." And then he kind of has this little projection image come out on the wall playing it, and you can see that there are quite a few bandits that are outnumbering Gerlach and his few armed guards that he had.
Dave, I just want to say Keggy sounds like Forrest Gump. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I was going for. I was trying to do Forrest Gump. Nice.
Score.
That is a score.
So, Dave, I also have skills in computers, so I think Lester's gonna yell like something like I don't know, "Sweet Sauron Mother, it's Keggy, he's injured." And then I'll run over there and see if there's something I can do to help.
Absolutely, because you can see that Keggy's eyes are starting to kind of flash a little bit, and you would recognize this as probably being some type of power losses or power failure, and the projection image that he was portraying on the walls kind of like blacking in and out, and Keggy says, "We must help. We must," and his voice is now starting to change into all these other pitches and tones and whatnot. Bandits
So,
must go.
Let's go.
So what can I do to help Keggy out? I have
Quick!
an extra.
Give
I have
him
an
your
extra-
shoes.
Give my shoes.
Give
I
him
have
your
an
shoes.
extra battery.
I love it. Yeah, and Keggy is basically pleading for help. So why don't you give me an